personally, yeah, I shared this series with I guess a lot of my friends. They liked it. Um, and so yeah, if you when you watch them so many times that I have, you notice little things, and like every time you watch it, you look for that little detail. Um, and actually, one of the things that like really pops out to me. It's one of the more recent discussions I've had about the show. In the episode, the Preston Castle, I think that's what it's called, Preston Castle. There's like this red orb that sort of just comes out and like it just goes flying away really fast. And personally, I think that was a really good piece of evidence. And at least with the whole thing with evidence in ghost hunting shows is people like say, "Oh, it's fake. It's that." Okay, that might be for some paranormal shows, maybe, but at least in for the Outsiders. Well, maybe the noises they caught, those could be easily faked, but the piece of evidence that I'm actually referring to, the ball, it comes out from the right and then it makes like a 90-degree turn and goes down. I don't know if the proper term is adjacent hallway, but it turns and it just heads down the hallway. And I don't want to speak bad about the show because I'm such a big fan, but I don't think they had the budget to animate some kind of like a 3D, kind of like 3D motion, a little ball moving in 3D. So I personally believe they didn't have the budget for that. So how could you fake that? This isn't something like you can just go on Photoshop and just like take every frame and move it like that. It doesn't work that way. And there were other times I thought the evidence was pretty good. Like there's this scene from the Santa Barbara courthouse where like a little like, I don't know if it's lint or whatever. It might be lint. It might be an orb. It looks like it's going into the elevator. It doesn't matter what you think the little anomaly in the video is. It could be lint. But what's definitely surprising for me is how the elevator kind of just opens and closes when there's nobody in there. If you know how elevators work, someone has to be in there to push a button to get the thing to work. It just doesn't open up on its own. So, I thought that, again, that was a pretty good piece of evidence. I'll see if I can remember any more. But yeah, talking to my friends and all, we would say, oh, like, yeah, I like this show. I think it'd do pretty good. And again, if it wasn't on Cartoon Network, the show could have succeeded a lot more. Again, I listed all the other networks it could have been. And one thing I've actually liked to see was if the show would have succeeded in it could have actually seen foreign adaptations. Well, at least when I posted the episodes on YouTube, I would check the stats every day, and most of my views would come from Brazil, Ukraine, Malaysia. I think those are like the three countries I remember the most. I think along with the U.S. and Canada, who had the most views for those videos. So I guess we know there's people in other parts of the world who did like the show, who did sit down and click the link to the video and watched it. So the show could have again been expanded. They could have done maybe a European version, Latin American version. Probably could have worked in Asia and Japan. Why not South Korea? In South Korea, there's they love horror in South Korea. Definitely could have worked there. So yeah, from what I saw in my own stats, it had potential in other parts of the world. It's just so sad that it just happened at the wrong place at the wrong time, and now that show isn't on the air anymore, and I just find that to be kind of a tragedy. But yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about what I remember from the show. I guess if you talk to a lot of people, they don't even know what the show is. Again, it's very hard to find it online. So just something that I've tried to do is at least try to keep the show alive, try to keep the memory of it alive. In my show, the main cast are the Othersiders. It takes a little. It happens a little bit after the show. There's actually like so far very little references. There've been very little references to the show. I want to like start talking about it a little more, because then people will just be watching like, oh, these are just people who we really don't know how they got there. So I want to make more references to that. Yeah. So when I was doing research on the show, I guess I've learned some things about some of the cast members. I know Riley. He's an actor now. He's done. I think he's done 2 movies so far: Battle Force and P-51 Dragon Fighter, if I'm remembering correctly. I think he was also in a video game. Was it Murdered Soul Suspect? He was a voice actor for that. Zach. I think he's a musician now. Sam, I think he got an award from the president, so good for him. I guess good for all of them. I really don't know anything about Casey or Jackie. I don't know what they're up to nowadays. But I guess good luck with whatever they do. I guess you can say they had their chance at fame, but I guess nothing ever became of it. No, so yeah, I'll definitely say this is one of my favorite shows of all time. Many people hated the show. I personally love it. I think definitely even like after the show ended, it wasn't that long after I started. I stopped watching Cartoon Network. Really, the only time that I've tuned into Cartoon Network recently was just to watch Total Drama Presents The Redonkulous Race. I think that was also the situation with the previous seasons of Total Drama. I think from everything after Revenge of the Island to where we are now, I pretty much only tuned into Cartoon Network just to watch the Total Drama series or the Redonkulous Race. I guess it's a spin-off of Total Drama. So, other than that, I really don't tune into Cartoon Network anymore. So yeah, definitely it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Again, many people hate it. I love it. I've watched them so many times that I can already I got statements to go against people's claims of why the show was so terrible. But again, I want to state that me liking it doesn't mean like, oh, I'll love everything. I'm pretty sure there are many shows that I hate that some people like, or there might even be shows that I hate that other people hate too. So it's not like I'm purposely going against you guys who hate the show. Again, it's just personal preference of why I like the show more. I know I want to say this because a lot of people, when they go online, when they do talk about the show, they short pack it up with the whole seeing real lineup, and again, I give you that one. I don't want to argue about that. People have already argued the hell of that one. But when it comes down to the shows, again, it's personal preference. And yeah, so people will say, oh, the show was stupid, so you're stupid, and to me that just doesn't seem fair. I bet you the people who say that are, they'll be, oh, they have their whatever they like, and some people might say, oh, that's stupid. So to me, to say that the show was stupid or just terrible in a way, I don't think it's appropriate because. Again, there's one person, me, and I know there's a lot more people who like the show. So my personal belief is that if one person likes a show, if one person likes any show, that show it can't be considered shit. Because if one person likes it, then that means it does affect someone. It does have a purpose. It's not like it's just something that someone threw out just for the hell of it. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because this has been on my mind for really long, for years. So yeah, I'm gonna post this on the 30th, October 30th, 2015. It's gonna be 6 years since the Alcatraz episode, the series finale for the Othersiders aired. I thought that might be like a nice tribute for it. Posting this video out that really defends the show. Yeah, tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all my other channels. Check out some of my other videos. Again, tell me what you think. If I miss anything, if you're fans of the show, is there something that you remember from that show? Again, so thank you for watching this video. Again, as I said, it's something I wanted to do for a long time. Glad that I finally got it off my chest. I might do another video about the Othersiders if I forget something, if I just want to point something out or whatever. But again, thank you for watching. This is GrandpaJoeProduction signing off. Thank you. Goodbye.